Hi, friend. I'm Iya.
Hi, friend. I'm Zell, and welcome to Hi Friend Podcast.
We're two friends from two different countries, but today we're just in one because Zell here just came back for vacation here in the country. So, welcome back, friend.
Yes. Woohoo.
And we're here to share our own takes and hot opinions on Reddit stories. So, grab a coffee, tea, or whatever keeps you hydrated, and let's get to them.
Let's go. So, our first story. This is 4 days ago.
Wow.
Sabi dito, fresh.
Uh-huh.
Ako ba yung gago dahil kinall out ko siya? Okay. So, someone in a certain fitness sub posted a photo of her, face covered, but on the background are basically celebrities who were working out at the time, faces not covered. And yung title ng post says it's her first selfie there because those guys were there. I described what I saw together with a lousy wordplay on her handle, basically calling her creepy, which was admittedly not nice. Then she retaliated by telling me how comfy I am to spout negativity dahil sa anonymity. Called a mod, then the mod told me to be respectful and have common sense. Ako ba talaga yung gago dahil kinolo out ko yung pagpicture ng iba disguised as a selfie then i-share sa internet as creepy? I definitely could have delivered my message without the name calling and aminado ako na I did that for the fun and catharsis. Pero I didn't see many who shared the sentiment and the post is still up with 2-digit upvotes. Is that really okay and accepted? Am I just going crazy and slash or totally off base here? So very quick.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
Privacy wise, you aren't supposed to be taking pictures of other people in it and then post it on social media, right?
Well, if it's a public place, I would say hindi naman. Kasi there are people naman na taking pictures of other people in public places. But I guess the issue here for me is yung kung paano niya in-address. Actually, abado din naman siya dito na hindi maganda yung name calling.
What did
Sinabihan
she
niya
name
yung...
call again? Medyo hindi ko na-catch eh.
Well, the person said that I described what I saw together with a lousy wordplay on her handle, basically calling her creepy, which was admittedly not nice.
It is not nice to call someone else creepy, especially you don't know them. And also, they don't have the consent for you to post it on social media.
Well, that's true too.
It can be
Well,
construed as, there's the term for that eh.
Kasi ano ba nangyari dito? So, nakita niya na nag-post tong isang babae ng selfie niya with other celebrities sa background na hindi redacted. Yung mukha nung babae redacted but not the celebrities. And then, that person is calling that person out and saying creepy yung babae na nag-post.
Yung babae na na-redact is the creepy one that she's mentioning. Well, good thing that she was redacted because at least
Na niredact niya yung sarili niya dun sa picture but not the celebrities sa background ng picture niya. And this person is calling her out and saying na creepy siya. I don't know if creepy is the right word.
That too. From the story, but
just
it's not clear why did she call the person creepy? There's no picture.
No, there's no picture.
It's Reddit eh.
Question niya dito is, ako ba talaga yung gago dahil kinall out ko yung pagpicture ng iba disguised as selfie, then isi-share sa internet as creepy. I don't know if creepy is the right word, but I don't
Depends
know,
what
maybe it's
the
creepy
content.
for this OP.
Depends what the content looks like.
If it's the faces of the celebrities working out,
What's
kasi
creepy about
sa
it?
gym yun eh. Yeah, exactly.
So there must be some gesture there that looks kind of creepy that the OP did not mention.
I don't know.
But even so, it's the gago for calling them out. Why
Yeah.
is it her business anyway?
Yeah, I don't know why it bothers her so much about the picture. That's why I'm saying like parang hindi naman creepy yung correct wording. I wouldn't say creepy. Is lang sa context na meron tayo dito. Kung paano yung sinabi.
It's not clear on the context, but are there comments and replies to give us more context to it?
So, yung top comment dito, inano niya, kinote niya yung sinabi ni OP. I definitely could have delivered my message without the name calling, and aminado ako na I did that for the fun and catharsis. Diyan pa lang aminado ka na gago ka. You knew you should have worded that nicely. Albeit sabihin na nating off yung ginawa nga niya. Pero was against the sub rules. Talagang masasabihan kang be respectful and have some common sense. The problem was how you called her out, not because you called her out.
Right.
That's the emoji. And
But syempre,
then,
if you say something nice about it, you won't be called out. No? It's really because she was called out. The way she was called out was not the nice thing to do. Because anyway,
yeah.
they're just doing their own business. Why do you have to comment something bad about the other people? They're not even doing you wrong. You just created that for fun. Now it's not fun anymore.
Exactly. Inamin niya naman na din dun sa post niya eh.
I guess we just
And-
have to be very careful of what we are posting on social media. Sometimes it's better not to speak, but of course you have your own mind to speak about in social media. It's just that be careful if it offends somebody else's.
Yeah. And so what's your opinion about that? Like other people posting pictures of like celebrities online.
That
Would that be
totally depends.
considered?
What kind of content
Yeah.
are you posting about? If it's just a smiley selfie with other celebrities, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You wanted the experience and share the experience that you have in at one point in your life, had a picture with celebrities that people know. It's a nice thing to post on social media because these are famous people. Definitely, by default, anyone who is in a public place and found a celebrity and want to take a picture, most likely you will post that on social media. I don't think it's bad, but
Yeah.
I also don't think that if you're not the person on that picture, why say something about it? They're not doing you wrong. They're just
True.
enjoying it. So why destroy other people's fun?
Yeah, true. I mean, merong part doon siguro about privacy and everything kasi I understand that they're celebrities, but I guess it's different. I'm not really sure. Here sa Philippines, I don't think we're so cutthroat about it, privacy and everything. Kasi we see naman
There is na.
there is na.
If
Okay.
there's a privacy act already in place here in the country. They're looking into, I don't know what it's called that again. It's defamatory if you're posting someone else's on social media and it's not good about those people. You can
So
get
it's
sued
about the
for
content, pero it's not about like general, like for example, I snapped a picture of someone famous just randomly tas pinost ko.
Yes. It's not naman na, si ano, nandito sa picture na, hindi ko to kilala, pero nasa picture siya. Did you say something bad about it? If not, you can't sue that for defamatory.
So that's the ano. Kasi I'm just thinking of it kasi sa Finland, very private kasi yung mga tao eh. So you don't, even with coworkers, you don't just take pictures with them and then post it online. I guess it's a part of their culture na you have to ask if it's okay for you to post that picture online.
It's a polite thing to do, to have the consent.
Yeah.
Because
So
maybe
yun.
they just don't like their photo to be showed anywhere. There are people like that, just to protect
Yeah.
their own privacy, or maybe just they don't look good on your photo. So why post it? Diba?
Yung ano pala yun.
Kasi most likely, you took the selfie, ikaw lang yung maganda doon eh. Pero yung
Yeah.
mga sinama mo
Mga
sa
kasama mo
photo,
hindi pala, no?
they probably don't like the way they look on your photo.
So yun.
That happens to me a lot of times.
Ay, ganun?
I don't like my photo taken by other people just because it doesn't look good on the angle. Pero nasasama ako anyway. Those type of
ganun
pictures
talaga.
I don't want shown on social media.
Sino ba naman may gusto, diba?
Diba?
Ayun.
You do. You would feel the same.
Syempre. Let's see other comments here. Yes, gago ka. Masyado kang seryoso sa mundo ng Reddit at internet. If you don't like what you see, scroll up. Di ka required mag-react. And when you do, don't cry if nagustuhan comment mo ng kapwa nating keyboard warrior. Gantihan mo sagutin mo din, then move on sa new thread. Para kang tanga na gagawin mong big deal itong Reddit. Wala ka bang ibang gagawin? Galit na galit yung commenter.
I think this is more of a girl activity.
I don't know.
Not to be
Kasi
judgy, pero it seems like it's a girl who's writing this.
Yeah, generally. Because I don't think guys would
Yeah.
be doing...
Guys are generally, they don't care.
Yeah.
Only women care about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sadly, no.
Actually. So, meron pa dito. Gago ka. And you know that by the manner you comment pa lang, aminado ka na yung approach mo is very crass. Which do you think will call the attention of said poster and have them rethink about their post? Number one. May number. Number one, objectively telling them what you see wrong in a proper manner, aligning with the rules. Hey, OP, I think you shouldn't do this, that, blah, blah. Number two, do what you did and name call them and making puns out of their name. They'll surely listen now that I insulted them. True.
It is
Actually,
insulting.
yeah, but alam mo yun, parang yun yung mahirap ngayon sa social media and for those people who post their thoughts, especially on Reddit. And there are actually people who comments just for fun. Yung parang, I don't know the satisfaction they get for ruining someone else's day by, saying stupid shit. I don't get that, diba? Kasi parang, they're saying stupid things para ma-notice. Some people do that eh. Some other commenters do that. They say stupid things para ma-notice sila nung kung sino man yung nag-post or kung sino mang YouTuber.
They basically wanted attention. That's why they posted.
Yeah, that's how they do. Yeah, that's how they do it, which is so stupid.
Kasi it's a form of bonding with someone else who actually cares about that kind of actions. Sometimes there are people who would agree to what you say even though you're just trying to be funny. Pero alam naman niya in general what she did was, he or she did was not nice. That person knew it. And there are people na would go along with that kind of activity. So it's when they respond to that activities, you tend to bond with those people. I think it's
Yeah.
just that person is just really trying to find someone to bond over that kind of funny
Pero
thing
grabe
for
naman.
that person. Pero
I
generally,
don't know.
it's not.
Kaya nga hindi ko nagigets yun, yung mindset na ganun yung approach. Na parang mga insulto ka for the fun of it.
It's just being tactless.
Mm.
There are people like that. Say things without even thinking about what they're saying.
What's worse is, ginagawa nila yun, pero pag ginawa mo yun sa kanila, they're so offended.
Actually.
Diba? And majority of the people who does that are those super duper sensitive na pag ginawa sa kanila yun pabalik, they can't take it.
True.
Diba?
Sad for those people.
Kaya nga di ba may saying na don't throw stones from a glass house. Kasi nga, di ba?
Sa'yo lang yan babalik.
Marupok ka din.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Well, aminado naman siya si OP. Naghahanap lang siya ng, I don't know, maybe validation. Hoping siguro na may kakampi sa kanya, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that person knows something is wrong. Just feeling niya siguro hindi clear na he did something wrong. He or she. Whatever it is. Hindi mo girl ba yan o boy ba yan? Pero I feel like it's a girl, most likely.
It's a girl. Nag-judge talaga tayo.
Girl or girl at heart. Dalawa lang yan eh.
Nag-judge talaga tayo ng kauri natin.
Because men don't really care about this stuff.
Yeah, true naman.
Unless you're, a girl at heart. Maybe. Pwede pa. Judger tayong mga just naturally judger like that. We don't mean to be, pero defend pa yun.
Statistically, ganun kasi.
Statistic. Although there's no numbers, it's just that.
By being us, we know.
We know. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's the first
Are
story.
there any more opinions about it? So you are...
No one's siding kay OP if that's,
We agree to the question and you know it already that you're the gago on this. So take it. That's your answer.
True.
Ubos na yung coffee ko.
Wala pa ako masyadong nainom na tubig today. O kape.
Oh my God. Masarap talaga ng Vietnamese coffee. This is not
Sa Dunkin'?
sponsored. Pero hello, Dunkin'.
Talaga? May Vietnamese coffee sila?
Na-mention ko last time. Ang sarap ng Vietnamese coffee nila.
Ay, hindi ko pa na-try. Ang binibili ko kasi lagi sa Dunkin' yung Spanish latte.
Try it. The iced version. I love it.
Try ko nga.
It's to my taste.
Next time. Katapos ko lang din kasi mag-edit. Ano pa ba?
Excited ako dyan sa episode 3.
Oo. Ang kulit. Naalala ko yung na ngayon sa third yata na ano yun, na story. Ay, third ba yun? Second? Second story pala yung tinuturuan niya yung tatay niya about sa ano sa GCash transaction. Tawang-tawa ako dun sa comment. Gago ka. Pangalawang comment. Gago ka through and through. Pangatlong comment. Gago ka in all levels by the way. Baon na yung ano eh.
Gusto
OP.
ko yun.
Taon-tawa. Binabalikan ko kanina tawa ko ng tao.
We need more of
Sige,
that
ito.
kind of content.
Nakakatawa kasi yung mga commenters. Baon na baon. So ito. Next story. Ako ba yung gago kung ayaw ko bayaran ang whole electric bill?
Okay.
This week. So this week is anniversary ng parents ko. And since last month, nag-iipon ako ng 2K para ma-celebrate namin yung anniversary nila. So 4K total budget for celebration. Kasi nga, di sila nagsi-celebrate before. So ngayon, I want them to cherish their wedding anniversary. And every month, nagbibigay ako ng 2K for electric bill dahil nga nasa 2K plus lang kuryente namin. And last month, nag-grocery ako worth 4K and parents ko and 2 niece ko lang andun sa bahay. Kasi both me and my sister nasa city most of the time dahil dun work namin. And umuwi lang ako if my occasion and siya, ate niya, umuwi every week to visit her kids. So yung 2 nieces niya are her sister's kids. So now we found out that the electric bill is worth 4K na. And nagbigay na ako ng 2K pa din kasi yun nga yung fixed ang bag ko tapos nagbabayad din ako ng wifi worth 1.6K. Sabi ni ate kunin ko na lang budget ko sa anniversary ng parents ko at gawing 2K na lang ang celebration and ang ambag niya sa bahay ay bayaran lang ang utang ng parents ko sa tindahan which is 800 pesos lang. She cannot make other ambag daw dahil may anak siya and may pinagkakagastusan. I said this once in a year lang naman namin to isi-celebrate and gusto ko medyo bongga naman kasi nga I love spoiling my family but she said, wala ka kasing anak kaya di mo alam mga bayarin ko. And I said, ay sorry ha, wala akong anak. Hindi ko naman kasalanang mag-anak ng madami tas mangungutang. Pinagdiskitahan pa niya yung binili ko na iPhone for myself halos 3 years din ako nag-antay bago bumili ng new phone. I gave way na lang to let the budget for the celebration na maging 2K but I felt a bit controlled talaga and offended porket wala akong anak ang responsibility ko na lang sa bahay ay ang bills. Paano naman future needs ko? Mag-aaral pa ako. So, ako ba yung gago kung ayaw ko bayaran ang whole electric bill dahil gusto ko i-cherish ang wedding anniversary ng parents ko?
I think the key here is to compromise. Because to the point of her sister, it's very difficult for a parent to shoulder expenses, especially meron silang ginagastosan na anak. And I can relate because I also have a kid. So, sharing of bills is something that I do also with my brother. I think na there has to be some sort of understanding on both sides. Sure, it's not something na within the budget of a parent who's already shouldering a lot of bills. And out of those two situations, ang mas may kaya naman talaga is the brother who is single without children. It's not gago for him not to pay the whole bill, but it's the best option. I mean,
Paano ba?
one time lang naman na mangyayari na, did they say bakit tumaki ng 4K yung bill nila?
Exactly. Yun din yung ano ko, yun yung isa sa mga question ko bakit lumaki. Kasi usually, diba sabi niya parang 2K?
If it's
Electric bill
usually
niya sa 2K
2K,
plus.
what's the reason for the increase? Is it because tumira yung sister niya with your family?
No, the sister's children are staying with the parents. So, dun ba lang, kung tutuusin, mas malaki nga
Contributing.
dapat kung tutuusin yung ambag ng ate niya eh. Kasi nandun yung mga anak niya sa
Are
bahay na yun.
staying. Okay. So that was the situation. So there has to be a compromise as well on the sister side. In that case, akala ko naman it's the normal living situation and then biglang tumaas lang.
Yeah, yung bill. True. I guess, kung ako sa kanya, dapat nung una pa lang to eh. Hindi lang this instance. Dapat nung una pa lang na dun na nagsistay yung mga anak niya. Dapat na-establish na yun. Kasi, ang hirap ng ganito. Kasi may mga cases talaga. May mga stories ako na nabasa na or may mga kakilala din na ganyan yung siste na may kapatid, yung kapatid may asawa at anak na, yung isang kapatid niya single, walang ano. So, tapos parang nangyayari is just because yung isang kapatid is walang anak. Sila na yung kailangang mag-shoulder lahat ng expenses sa bahay. May mga instances na hindi naman dapat sila kasi hindi naman sila doon nakatira or hindi naman sila, alam mo yun, yung parang hindi naman sila nagbe-benefit doon sa kung kuryente, tubig man or whatever. So parang nagiging norm. I don't know if it's a toxic culture sa atin na ganun.
I believe so.
I think it is. It's
The
becoming...
term kusang loob plays in this part, and the term
Kasi parang pilit
utang na loob.
nangyari. Oo, parang pilit kasi parang siya na yung pinagbayad ng buong bill na worth 4K. So,
I think the more yung term that mostly relates to this is the kusang loob. But sa sister side niya, I think yung brother niya would just be waiting for... It's a toxic Filipino culture na you wait for the other person to make a kusang loob na mag-share dun sa electric bill because yung children nila dun nakatira.
Walang confrontation, no?
So, if the OPE can confront the sister, dito naman nakatira yung mga anak mo eh. So, baka naman you can share. Tsaka,
Yeah.
bakit doon sila nakatira? Why not sa bahay nila? If maybe he explains na ganito lang usually yung bill namin, but since nakatira dito yung mga anak mo, dumoble. And
Yeah.
you can explain na I simply cannot afford. Not really. It's not true na you can't afford. It's just that you're on a budget. And it's not wrong for you to have a budget. But this time, it went up because yung anak niya is nakatira sa bahay ng parents niya. I think it's just right for him to ask for a compensation for that. Or
True.
to shoulder. Because magamit ng kuryente yung mga anak mo. It's not usually how much you pay for. And electricity bill, come on, malaki ang electricity. Puti nga 2K lang yung ano niya. 4K lang yung bill nila.
Mababa nga yun actually.
Mababa pa yun.
Oo, pero yun nga. Well, let's see. May tugma ba yung mga comments natin sa comment dito sa post na to. Di ka gago. Kung tutuusin, dapat mas malaki ang ambag niya. Ayun nga. Since 2 kids niya ang nandun, hindi ikaw ang dapat mag-adjust sa expenses just because wala kang anak. Single parent din ako pero never ko inabala mga kapatid ko para sa anak. Nagpapalipat-lipat ako ng work para makahanap ng work na malaki, magpasweldo para masustain lifestyle naming mag-ina. Lesson na lang siguro na wag ka magsasabi na nag-iipon ka or may pinag-iipunan. Meron kasing nananamantala just because may extra ka, actually.
Totoo yun.
Yeah. May mga ganun no? Hindi ko talaga magets yun. Yun yung isa sa mga toxic culture natin talaga as Filipinos. Na parang yung kamag-anak mo, kapatid mo or whatever, alam mo na nakakaipon. Tapos parang ginawa mo ang tingin mo na sa kanila parang ATM. Alam mo yun? May mga ganun. Ang toxic.
It is toxic. Sa part ni OP, he's waiting for the kusang loob culture. Sa part ni sister is, I wouldn't say utang na loob.
She should be responsible enough. Kasi if I'm gonna be in her shoes, although wala naman akong experience sa anak or whatsoever, pero if may anak ako, I would agree dun sa commenter na I would do my very best to sustain yung lifestyle na gusto ko ibigay sa mga anak ko and not depend on anyone. Siguro, yung pinaka last option ko is to ask for help. Pag hindi na talaga kaya. Pero that's not the first option.
It is true as a parent because nag-anak ka eh. It's your responsibility. Kung hindi mo kaya, I don't think you should be rude for asking your brother to pay because hindi kaya na. Or fino-flaunt mo na ang dami ko ng bills.
Yeah, kasi the way the ate said, wala ka kasing anak kaya di mo alam mga bayaran ko or bayarin ko. Ayun, parang you can't make it as an excuse every single time. Parang ginawa mo ng pang salba yung mga anak mo eh.
And
so yun.
Most of the time, ang maiisip niyan is that, mga pamangkin mo naman yan eh. You know, that kind of culture.
Yeah. Very familiar.
Siguro it's in a way of asking nicely then kung kaya naman ni brother somehow to work around us. If it's just a temporary situation, then might as well be the person to ask for favor in a nice way. You don't have to flaunt na
the way he said
it bayarin.
It's hindi naman
Oo, hindi naman responsibility ng brother niya.
Hindi naman siya yung tatay ng mga anak mo. Diba? Kakaloka.
I don't think you'd say it that way. Kung nahihirapan ka, say it in that manner. Hindi yung
Mm.
papamukha mo pa na, oh, ang dami mo, alam mo bang ang dami kong bill, hindi ka naman, wala ka namang, wala. Siguro, really it is the way you should communicate about it.
Yeah, parang ang tendency tuloy, ba't kailangan ko bang mag-anak para lang, alam
Para
mo
lang
yun?
maintindihan yung
Oo, para
sitwasyon.
ma-justify, 'di ba? Kaloka, no? So, what else?
Pero I think also na, I don't know if it's just me,
Mm.
pero there are families kasi that are not that vocal to each other
Oo
about
naman, meron
their
din.
situations. And sometimes, these kinds of conversation comes up pag alam mo na hindi ganun ka open yung communication between your families. I think that's the situation currently. That's why naiintindihan ng isa and the other yung sitwasyon ng bawat isa. And that they said those things in a way na parang negative to each other. Siguro those families that have a more open conversation tends to have more understanding and they can resolve it better than the situation that this OP has. There are just those people or families na hindi open conversation. That's why they tend to speak this way.
Yeah, parang naano na kasi, kumbaga sa ano, napuno na ba, parang ganun. Umaapaw na yung frustrations. Yeah.
Kasi kung
It's an
if it was said nicely enough,
mm,
mukhang kaya naman ni brother mag-work around ng for one time only na budget niya, 'di ba?
yeah. Actually, I don't know why other people would say it like that, no? Kung sino pa yung nangangailangan, sila pa talaga yung magsasabi ng mga ganong bagay na parang yung entitlement andun talaga eh. So, yun.
But I would understand also na baka dala lang siya ng pressure din
Or
as a
pagod.
parent. Pressure and stress. Because it is difficult na magkaroon ng responsibility.
True. And we also don't know like the history.
We don't
Why
know
she
kung
kasi
single parent yung sister
actually,
niya.
although wala namang nabanggit kasi si OP na may asawa or what.
Kasi kung may asawa at family naman yung
We
sister
need
niya,
more
then,
context.
diba? Oh, we need more context.
Hmm.
You're right.
Medyo ano eh, ang hirap i-determine eh actually. If magbe-base lang tayo dun sa kwento niya, it seems like single parent si ate girl.
Which is
Mm.
a normal scenario at this
Mm.
point. Normal situations. Is
Let's see
there
more
any more? Yeah.
comments. Yeah, sabi dito, di ka gago. You should not have given in. She will do that again in the future and by that time, it'll be a big chunk of money. Don't be a pushover. You did not give birth to her kids. She was the one who created them. You didn't force her to have sex.
That's to throw on the fact that the sister is flaunting the reason na wala naman
Yeah.
naiintindihan, wala kang anak eh.
Mm-mm. Which is not nice. It's not nice to say, especially if you're asking for a favor.
It's a slap in the face.
Imbis na, alam mo yun, maging bukal sa loob mo na tulungan yung ate mo, mas lalong ayaw mo pa. Which is what happened here. The OP felt controlled daw and offended. Porket wala daw siyang anak. Let's see some more. Hindi ka gago at ang kapal ng mukha ng kapatid mo. Inggitera pa. Mas malaki nga dapat ang bag niya dahil andyan sa inyo ang mga anak niya. Tapos kung susumahin mo na ang gastos mo, kuryente, grocery at wifi, sa'yo parang nasa 60% na bills. Tapos siya ang iambag niya lang is 10%. Gisingin mo ate mo, baka nananaginip ang hindot. The reason why ganito input ko, nanay din ako and breadwinner. 100% ng gastos dito sa bahay kami ng partner ko since walang work ang tatay ko. So, siya nag-aasikaso sa anak ko at mga aso namin mula bata, lalo na nung nag-on-site kami ng hubby ko. Kumbaga, pakikisama na lang din na i-spoil mo yung family member mo na pinakikinabangan mo, 'di ba?
True.
So, mukhang marami din nagko-comment ng mga nanay or mga ano.
But still, we don't have the
parents.
context. Because single parent si girl. Si sister.
Pero kasi the reason is acceptable to a certain extent. It shouldn't be that forever, 'di ba?
That's true.
Hmm.
I think it was just communicated the wrong way. Kasi
Yeah.
if you ask your brother nicely enough, I don't think magdadalawang isip pa yung brother mong tulungan ka.
Yeah.
It's really
Tapos,
the way it was
yeah, I honestly don't know brother ba
delivered.
sister. Pares ba silang babae or wala kayong isa? Wala rin kasing ano to eh. Walang nakalagay na gender. It's
Again?
Oh, again, let's read one more comment, then we can move on. Sabi dito, di ka gago sa part na mag-stick sa napag-usapang budget, but gago ka because you feel controlled pala sa ginawa niya and you obeyed her. Eh di pinatunayan mo din sa kanya na kahit ano palang sabihin niya, susundin mo din pala. At dyan naman sa ate mo, hindi mo kamo kasalanan na maaga siyang bumuka ka. Dapat nga mas malaki-laki yung pagbigay niya ng budget since may mga anak pala siya. LOL. Medyo brutal yung mga comments
Oo.
dito. Grabe yung mga wording. Ayun.
Speechless ako sa comment na ganyan.
Very, very on point is, I guess, the better way to say, to describe it. So, yun.
I'm still confused why the sister says it that way. We don't know what's the situation. But it is wrong to say it that way.
Yeah, it is still wrong. Kasi if I would ask help, I wouldn't say it that way. Diba? Eh, ano kung wala siyang anak, hindi niya naman responsibility yun na magbigay sa'yo ng pera. It's the same as yung mga parents na just because, let's say, tinulungan nila yung kamag-anak na habang nag-aaral pa, tas nung umasenso na, tapos nag-abroad, bumalik, hindi sila sinabihan, tas parang sumasama yung loob nila na, tinulungan ko, pero alam mo yun, parang wala man lang binigay pabalik. Parang ganun yung, laging may expectation, laging may reason.
The key to this, move out,
Yeah.
live alone.
Kasi nga ganyan. Maraming ganyan actually, mga nakakausap ko na yung family nila parang ine-expect sila na just because na yun na yung na-establish ever since hanggang ngayon na tumandan sila, nagkaanak na nga yung tao, expect pa rin ng family members na siya yung susuporta. Parang, hello, may asawa at anak na yung tao. Parang in-expect mo pa rin na supportahan kayo. May mga ganun eh.
Marami. I think. Medyo speechless ako dito sa na to. Because naiintindihan ko sa part as a parent because I'm also a parent. But also, yung situation niya is just not very, it's kind of toxic lang talaga. So, it really depends on your family dynamic din.
Yeah, pero sa side niyo naman, 'di ba, sa family niyo, established naman kung sino yung nakatoka sa kung ano.
We share expenses. So, bibigayan kami naman. Like, kung sino yung more on, kunyari, yung mga expenses sa cats. Mostly ako dun sa side na yun. And some other expenses. Tapos siya din, he has more. Kunyari, if we're just talking about those extra things, bills, we have our own bills that we share. Tapos, for extra stuff, like, yung something na we always need to have, like, kunyari, coffee.
Yeah, of course.
The coffee side, he always buys them. The cat side, I always buy them. Ganyan. Rice side siya. The gas side is me. So, it's compromise because it's the only way that you can live together and actually work it around or inside your house, because also our parents are both seniors. We do need each other, so we have to compromise on things.
Yeah, same.
I try as much as possible not to say the terms na wala kang anak eh. It's not his fault. And I can't really make another person understand the situation of a parent until they actually are a parent themselves.
Yeah.
So, ginagawa ko na lang is I try to be the bigger person, to be more understanding, that you cannot expect a type of understanding that from a person na it has not the same situation as you are. But you can only try and work things out with the people or with your family that's always around you.
True.
It's not always ups, there are downs. So, you choose what kind of hardship do you want to take in life.
Yeah. Kasi same lang din naman dito sa amin. Although, kami naman dalawa ng kapatid ko, wala pa kaming mga anak. Pero same thing. Nag-share kami ng expenses kasi nga, even our parents, naman na rin sila, mga senior. So, talagang, we have to support them. And also, we have our own lives din na we're trying to make, we're trying to establish. So, by that, diba, kailangan din namin yung isa't isa. So, that's what we're doing.
Right.
We're helping each other out.
It's the kind of culture as well. We compromise. We're family members. We tend to need each other. So, we compromise on things to make things work for all of us. Say, we don't want our parents living on an aged what do you call that place?
Home for the aged.
Home for the aged. We don't
And I
want
don't
our
think we
parents
have,
to.
do we have those? I think
Meron,
we do,
meron,
pero it's
meron,
not
meron.
that common kasi sa culture talaga natin eh.
Yes, it's not common. I guess
Yeah.
it only works for those people na yung wala na talaga ibang family. Maybe yung family nila is abroad.
True.
Pero our basic culture in the Filipino is that we don't want our parents living for home for the aged. So really take care of them. And they take care of us. Like
Yeah.
for example, me and my brother kasi we work a lot. Yun na lang yung pinaka breadwinners on the family. While we have and my daughter also lives here in the same house. So our parents, most of the time, they clean the house, they cook the food. It's not totally na kami lang hindi to take care. It's give and take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ganun.
True.
So everything works in their own ways since we don't have as the breadwinners we don't have time to cook and clean. So most of the time they're the ones doing it. So it's our
True.
way. It's their way of taking care of us. It's our way of taking care of them na we all are living on the same home, sharing expenses.
True.
But
Wow.
so to say, we don't have that dynamic na very open kami in terms of communication. That's not something that we have. Parang ano lang kami, kumbaga telekinetic na lang yung understanding na.
Matik.
Okay. Matic na yan. Okay. Hindi natin kailangan pag-usapan.
Yeah.
Pero kasi
At
hindi
least
kami
nandun.
ma-vocal na tipo ng person. I guess, vocal lang kami depending on who are the type of people who we talk to. Like, for example, tayo. We talk about a lot of things.
Oh,
I'm not
yes.
like that with my family. Because it's a different dynamic, di ba?
Oo naman.
Although there are families, I kind of envy some other families na they're really open to communications. Like, yung asawa ng pinsan ko na nag-alaga sa daughter ko nung baby pa siya. She's very vocal. She shares a lot of wisdom to me. Ang dami ko natutunan. She's very vocal. So that's kind of conversations that I like to have in a family. They don't have that. And I'm not blaming my parents for it. It's something that is missing here. Pero I wanted to have that.
Kaya ka pala siguro na-attract sa akin, no? Charot. Sobrahan naman ako sa pagiging vocal.
So yun. I wanted to be with people that are vocal because I am not.
Well, that makes sense.
Diba?
Yeah.
It's my only way to try to be vocal as well. Because, mirror ako eh. What you give to me, I give to you. Parang ganun.
Yeah. True.
I think we have that kind of trait in ourselves. What the other people does to you, you give them the same. What energy they giving you, it's the same energy you're gonna give them.
Or you somehow attract those energies. That's why you need to be careful din kung sino yung mga taong
Right.
pinakakasamahan.
Exactly. That's what I've been trying to work
Yun ba,
on
friend?
since childhood.
Yeah. True.
Kasi masyado ko na, I'm attracted to those, sabihin natin relationships na. I'm attracted to guys who have a lot to say. Who's very vocal. And para akong ibon. Depends on yung boses na naririnig ko sa'yo if I'm attracted to you or not. For some reason. As if para kang kumakanta, pagka gusto ko yung boses mo, na-attract ako sa'yo. A lot of times, yung mga guy na
Nasa boses
nagugustuhan
pala.
ko, yung malalaki yung boses. Or kung hindi malaki yung boses, maingay. Kasi wala akong ingay. Ganon.
So interesting.
Strong personalities mostly is where I get attracted to because I am very timid and silent.
Well, confidence is very attractive naman talaga.
Yeah. It's confidence. That's right.
Yeah. Kahit na mukhang ewan. Basta may confidence. Minsan, go na din, di ba? Charot.
Confidence is the key.
Yeah. So, yun. That's the second story.
Saan na tayo umikot sa topic na yun?
Oo nga eh. Alam mo, parang normal na usapan lang talaga natin pag magkasama tayo kung saan napunta.
Interesting.
Okay. So, ako ba yung gago porket naglagay ako ng no parking sign sa harap ng gate namin? Nagagalit sa akin ng mga kamag-anak ko, mismong nanay ko at mga kapatid niya dahil nilagyan ko ng malaking signage na no parking, don't block the driveway, yung gate namin. Take note, may nakalagay na po dati doon 2 signage na yellow. Medyo maliliit lang and yung nabibili sa hardware. Given na may nakalagay na dati doon, may mga nagpaparada pa rin ng mga motor sa harapan at nilalak pa yung motor niya. So every time na ilalabas ko yung car, hahanapin ko pa sino may-ari or minsan maghahanap ng katulong buhatin yung motor. Ngayon, nagagalit sa akin mga tao dito kasi yung mga kamag-anak nilang nakiusap magtinda sa harap ng gate hindi na makapwesto. In the first place, hindi ko nga alam bakit nila inalaw. Ang reason nila is hindi naman daw ako araw-araw naglalabas ng kotse. E paano pag emergency? Huwag ko daw irason yung emergency. Tapos dapat daw makisama ako kasi may mga kapitbahay. Makikisama naman kung nasa tama. Pero bakit parang ako yung mali dito? Pangalawa, yung asawa nung nagtitinda sa harap ng gate namin, malinaw naman na nagsabi sa akin na magpaparada siya ng tricycle sa harap ng gate. Doon nga, bilang pakikisama, pumayag ako, basta sabi ko, wag lang ilalak para pwede ko iusog or iurong paglalabas ako and binabalik ko din sa dating pwesto pag sara ng gate. Ako ba yung madamot? Ako ba yung gago? Ganito ba talaga mindset ng matatanda?
That's it.
Yes.
I don't think he's the wrong here.
Yeah,
That's his
obviously.
front yard.
Maling-mali talaga yun.
The relatives probably needs to understand it better. That driveway has a purpose.
Yeah.
For the
Tsaka
owner of the house to be able to get in and out without blockage.
hassle. Tsaka anong klase yun? Yung wag daw irason yung emergency? What the fuck?
Eh, what if there is emergency? Oh,
Kaya
ano
nga,
magagawa nila dun?
anong klaseng ano yun? Anong klaseng reason yun? Nakakaloka. Makisama daw.
I don't think it's a question of pakikisama eh. Kasi, why not park on your own driveway? Wala kayong parking. Why buy a vehicle? Isa pa, tama, may right naman kasi talaga si OP.
Kasi driveway naman talaga nila yun. Diba?
Buti kung hindi sagabal sa driveway.
Mabait pa nga siya eh. Kasi 'di ba, parang ginagawa pa niya, siya na mismo yung nag-uusog tapos binabalik pa nga niya. Sabi niya dito, binabalik pa niya dun sa pwesto.
Abala yun sa kanya kasi
Oo.
hindi naman magaan ng sasakyan.
In the first place, hindi naman niya dapat yun ginagawa.
Yun nga.
Hindi niya naman kailangan gawin actually. So, let's see.
Mag-park sila sa kanila.
Eh,
Bili-bili kayong sasakyan eh, tapos wala kayong parking. Bawal
ouch.
kaya yun? You have your own driveway.
Oo, we have our own driveway naman. So, yung sasakyan ko nandun naman sa tapat.
I mean, kung wala kang ibang inaabala, then good. Kasi may
Oo.
naaabala eh. So, yung person na naabala has the right.
Yeah, hindi naman sa kasi sila yung nakikipark dun sa harap ng iba. So, yun.
Hindi ka naman nakikipark. Huwag masaktan.
Parking kasi yung sabi.
Hindi ka naman
Diyos ko.
nakapark sa ibang parking ng ibang tao.
Hindi naman.
But it would be safer if you have a garahe.
Sige, bibili ako ng
Isa pang lot.
ekstrang bahay.
Yung tabi nyo, ando ba yung aso na na walang amo? Kawawa.
Wala na, kinuha na siya.
Good. Buti mo kinuha siya. Kasi kawawa
May
siya last
nakabili na actually ng bahay sa tabi namin.
Sayang.
Nga
Sana
Kung marami lang akong pera. Ay.
Gawa ka pa. Balik ka namin doon.
Buisit. Kung marami lang tayong pera, nakuha ko na yun. Kabilang yun.
Yan din ang sitwasyon ng airpods ko dito eh.
Pero may parking kayo, di ba?
We have parking, oo. Pero meron kasing vacant lot dito sa tabi namin before ng mga bata pa kami. He was supposed to buy it. Kaso naunahan siya. Paano kasi? He shared it with the kapitbahay. Para kasi yung nanay ko rin. Share
the idea.
Ng information. Oo.
The plan.
They got the idea, then inunahan sila. So, lesson is don't share your ideas. Just do it.
Oo, huwag ka na lang mag-share ng mga plans. plans.
Especially pag hindi mo naman close friends, huwag mo na i-share.
Yun.
Do we have comments? Naiba na tayo ng topic.
Oo nga, kung saan na naman tayo napuntang dalawa. So yun. Di ka gago. Tama lang yan. Stand your ground. Edma sa mga tenders dyan sa paligid mo. Same dito sa amin. Yung tanga naming kapitbahay magaling bumili ng sasakyan tapos yung carport nila pang isang sasakyan lang. Ang kapal ng mukha harangan yung tapat ng gate namin. Pinuksa namin mag-asawa, edi hindi na sila makapark sa harap ng gate namin. Hoy, anong ibig mo sabihin sa pinuksa?
Pinuksa?
May nag-comment, curious lang, paano strategy nyo? Kinompronta namin mag-asawa about dun sa pagpapark nila sa tapat ng gate namin. Di porke nauna sila sa amin may karapatan na sila humarang sa gate namin. Saka lagi na nasa labas ng gate yung sasakyan namin kahit may carport kami.
I would keep the signage.
Mm-mm.
Kung gusto nila magpabarangay, be it.
Yeah, may laban ka dun eh.
Yes. Harap mo yan sa korte, talo sila. It's your parking lot.
Yeah.
If it's relatives, sorry, doon kayo mag-park sa inyo. Sabihin natin nagkaroon ng emergency, tapos hindi makalabas yung sasakyan. Baka hindi na umabot sa hospital yung kailangan dalhin sa hospital. Kasi
Yeah, actually,
kailangan pang...
speaking of emergency, isang comment dito sabi, info, natanong mo ba sa nanay mo paano kung siya ang need isugod sa ospital tapos may nakahambang sa tapat ng gate nyo?
Exactly.
Diba?
Exactly. Good point.
Walang reply si OP dito sa mga comments pero let's just read the comments here. Di ka gago. Tama lang yan. Ganyan din dito sa amin mga motor galit pa. Kahit hindi inilalabas ang kotse, keep the driveways open. Yung may utak alam yan. Common courtesy tawag dyan. Alangan namang emergency, mambubulabog ka pa ng kapitbahay. Huwag mong problemahin ang problema nila sa parking.
Exactly. Problema nila yun.
True.
Kahit kamag-anak mo pa yan, mali sila eh.
Tapos, eto naman, di ka gago. Pero ang pinakamagandang gawin mo, i-park mo sa labas yung kotse mo sa umaga, then ipasok mo paggabi. That way, talagang makakaalis ka kapag kailangan, plus wala pang ibang nakaharang kundi ikaw. Ganyan talaga minsan sa ibang lugar, lalo na pag may involved na kamag-anak. Masisira ka sa kanila, so lubusin mo na. Yun nga lang baka paalisin ka ng parents mo sa bahay if hindi mo bahay. If ganun, edi umalis ka, hayaan mo na sila dyan. Lumang kultura na yan. Di mo mababago yan. Kita mo nangyari nung itinama mo, ikaw pa masama. Actually.
Pero that is a good idea, no? Total, kailangan
What?
rin naman painitin yung sasakyan. Bakit hindi mo na lang gawing araw-araw, ilalabas mo siya at any time of the day?
I
Para
guess
hindi
for
rin masira
safe.
yung sasakyan mo, di ba? That's hitting two birds with one stone.
Pwede din naman. Ang kagandahan lang kasi talaga ng may parking is, safe yung sasakyan mo from any gas-gas or mga batang, alam mo yung mga makukulit. Yun kasi yung problema ko dito eh. Magugulat ka na lang may gas-gas yung yung gilid ng sasakyan mo the
Same.
next day.
Yung may
Diba?
kotse pa kami, kasi di ba may van yung garahe namin. Yung kotse namin na nakapark outside, gugulat na lang talaga ikaw na meron ng mga scratch because
Ayun.
di mo yan mapabantayan 100% of the time.
True.
Hindi mo naman pwedeng demandihin yung mga batang yun. Pa sila.
Hindi mo naman alam kung sino dun. Yeah, I remember yung sasakyan ko noon last time. Nagulat na lang kami may parang may pintura siya. Nalagyan ng pintura yung sa may hood, sa gilid ng hood. Tinatry namin tanggalin ng papa ko, hindi namin matanggal. So parang ginawa na lang namin, pinatungan namin na kung ano yung pintura ng sasakyan, naghanap pa kami para lang masil siya. Pero nandun na yung nandun na yung lamat, hindi mo na Ewan ko parang siya. Hindi ko alam kung another pintura or something.
Baka
Ewan
nail
ko
polish lang, friend. Baka
hindi siya
natanggal
nail
na nga sa van.
polish. Hindi siya nail polish eh. Trinay namin, ayaw talaga matanggal. Natuyo na siya doon. Ewan ko, sa mga
Kaya
batang
maganda
yun.
talaga pag may sarili kang garahe. Still
Kung
best.
namamonitor mo.
It prevents your vehicle being vandalized by anybody.
True. So last comment na nandito, ang basa na. Hindi ka gago. Nako, nag-away kami ng maraming beses ng mom and dad ko about this before. Same exact scenario. Masikip na nga yung mismong street namin, tapos pagpaparkingan pa ng trike yung tapat ng gate, which alam naman ng mga kapitbahay namin, nilalabas-pasok ko araw-araw yung sasakyan. There are numerous times na muntik na talaga ako makipag-away din sa daan because of this exact same reason. Same response ng parents ko, sabi ng parents mo, dapat marunong ka makisama sa mga kapitbahay. Kesyo ganito, kesyo ganyan. Ang sabi ko naman, paano tayo? Lagi tayo umiintindi, pero sila, di nila tayo iniintindi. We're not being considerate neighbors. We're being pushovers. Talagang dumating pa kami sa point na nag-aaway na kami sa bahay almost every day dahil nakikiusap ako sa parents ko na sila na kumausap sa mga kapitbahay namin. Good riddance. Di na ako nakatira sa bahay namin ngayon. Nasa brink ako lagi pag umuwi ako sa amin that time. Yeah. Ewan ko,
Right.
hindi ko magets you. I think we're talking this episode mostly sa toxic
Toxic
Filipino
Filipino
culture.
culture.
Kasi marami talaga eh. Marami talagang hindi mo rin magets bakit existing. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Not everybody is built with common sense.
Mm-mm.
It's not para lang makisama ka or maging pushover ka with what they wanted. It's your own You have to also live your own right.
Yep.
Kahit pa kamag-anak mo yung magpa-park dun sa harap ng bahay mo. Bahay mo yun. Paano pag may kailangan kang itakbo na person? Baka
Oo.
paglabas mo pa lang ng gate, dahil di ka makalabas, wala na, tigok na yung dadali mo sa ospital.
Ang hassle nun. Tsaka, paano kung in the middle of the night, diba? Ang
In the
gigising ka
middle
pa
of
ng
my night, my dreams.
my dreams. Taylor Swift. So, yun. Manggigising ka pa ng kapitbahay.
Abala rin sa kanila yun. Sipin nyo na lang. Sipin na lang nila. Oo, gawin mo. Dahil naabala ka. Balahin mo talaga sila. Gawin mong madalas para sila na mismo yung mag-adjust na wag doon mag-park. Sadyain mo na naabala sila. Total, yun naman yung gusto nilang mangyari yung aabalahin ka nila eh. Abalahin mo sila. Especially in the middle of the night. Kung kailan very inconvenient for them na i-move nila yung sasakyan nila. That's second strategy. First one is i-park mo sa labas ng madalas yung sasakyan mo. The second strategy is yung sadyain mo na aabalahin mo yung nagpa-park dyan sa inyo na i-move nila yung sasakyan nila at a very inconvenient time of the day.
Yeah. Pero nakapagod din yun, no?
Yes. Pero,
Lalo kung wala ka naman talagang balak lumabas. Alam mo yun?
nakakatamad siya gawin because it's not really part of your everyday cycle. Pero, if you want to execute a plan for them na stop parking in your garage, then sometimes you have to really take action kahit na nakaabala ka. Just for this time.
Mm-mm.
Sabihin natin, you really want to get rid of that situation. Mag-alat ka 1 buwan, araw-araw, balahin mo sila na tanggalin yung sasakyan nila. Just because, kunyari, pupunta ka somewhere, kahit hindi naman totoo.
Oo.
It's, in a way, a polite way of saying na huwag kayong mag-park dito kasi abala kayo.
Ayun.
Sure, abala sa'yo sa una. Pero if mapo-pull off mo yung ganung plan, benefits yun sa'yo in the long run since hindi na sila magpa-park doon. Diba?
Oo. In the
It's a
long
good
run,
strategy.
kasi araw-araw ka nang nandun. So, maisip nila, hindi na tayo pwedeng mag-park dun.
It's a good strategy. Sometimes you just have to give time to find solutions.
Give it time. Yeah.
Diba?
Ewan ko ba?
Kung hindi ka naman likely lilipat ng bahay, you're gonna be there in the long run. Wala na strategy. There's always a way.
May mga tao kasi talagang takot na yung confrontation eh. Ayaw nila yung may kaaway. Especially
Turuan mo
if
sila
kapitbahay.
mag-confront, friend. Because that's where you're good at.
Ako talaga. Kaya na ni OP yan, bala sa buhay niya.
Teach them how to confront people. I will learn from that too. Because I'm not confrontational.
You're very, ang tawag dito. Ano ba yung term?
Yung confrontational ko is...
Dinadan sa joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaya na ako sa joke na patama. Maiisip mo rin yung patama ko. Kung para saan yun. I just don't want to be stressed about it. Kasi when you confront people, nakaka-stress makipag-usap. Kasi you're gonna have to rant what your needs are. Eh. It's my way not to get stressed. To tell it to them. It is kind of straight, pero in a joking way. Kaya ginagawa ko sa mga RTAs ko eh. Oh, wala kayong plan na PTO. Ha? Tapos, absent kayo. Tinadaan ko sa tawa. So, they get the sense na, ay, hindi ako It works naman. Hindi ako mag-absent. Magpa-plan ako. Ganyan.
Yeah.
It works. Sometimes
That's
it
good.
works.
At least, may mga times na nag-work siya. Pero yeah, there are some people talaga na hindi nag-work yun. Kailangan mong sabihan ng derecha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, may kanya-kanya tayong diskarte. How you handle that kind of situation.
Like, workplace-wise or
any kind of situation that actually needs confrontation or solution.
Yeah. I mean, sa akin kasi maganda naman talagang mag-confront ng tao. Pero it always boils down to execution. Paano mo siya i-execute. And sa experience ko, hindi man ako ganun ka-professional when it comes to confrontation. Kasi obviously, when you're handling people, they require different kinds of approach. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao kung paano ko ina-approach yung, let's say, kapatid ko, parents ko, it will be the same for them. Kasi they may take it the wrong way, which I think majority
Yeah.
will take it the wrong way.
There's not always one same strategy on
No.
doing it.
You need to be flexible. Hindi lahat ng tao pare-parehas. Yeah, because I remember meron akong isang associate dati na I think it was before I left na we had this one-on-one discussion. And I still remember because ano siya very impactful for me in a sense. Kasi for her, she thought na I'm just being really strict, like rigid sa mga goals and everything. And she didn't really like me. Sinabi niya yun sa akin. Yung which I appreciate nung nag one-on-one kami kasi talagang, alam mo yun, sabi ko naman sa kanya, and I think I would say na I'm a very sensitive person. Even though I don't say much, I don't really tell people. I tell people pag may ayaw ako, pero yung nararamdaman ko towards, like, if that person likes me, I don't say it. Pero sabi ko nga sa kanya nung time na yun, since nagwa one-on-one naman na rin kami, alam ko naman na na ayaw mo sa akin or you're not comfortable talking to me. Alam ko na yun ever since, sabi ko sa kanya. Tapos nagulat siya na alam ko pala daw. Sabi ko, oo, alam ko. Ramdam ko naman. Tapos yun, she explained, yun nga, yun yung thought process niya. Pero eventually, na-realize niya na those things, how I approach it, hindi naman yun para sa akin, para sa kanila. So, yun lang. And siya, medyo na-touch din ako dun kasi, actually na-touch ako kasi yun, parang nagkaiyakan yata kami dun sa call na yun kasi parang dun niya lang daw na-appreciate. Kaso, yun nga, paalis na ako. Ayun. It was nice kasi as much as pag nandun ka sa posisyon na, kasi 'di ba we're both, nagkakilala tayo sa BPO. Tapos, parehas tayo na we went up the ladder sa posisyon na kung anong meron tayo way back dun sa company na yon. Hindi naman talaga madaling mag-handle ng tao. Especially the pressure from the management. Ang dami-dami mo pang boss. Tapos lahat yun kailangan mo i-meet. At the same time, trying to meet yung kung ano yung kailangan ng mga tao mo. So, mahirap talaga.
It is.
Yeah. And yun talaga yung struggle ko ever since is yung confrontation. Kasi I know I am a confrontational person. How I execute it is the problem. Kasi iba-iba sila, di ba? Imagine hawak mo ilan, 15, 19, lahat yun, iwa one-on-one mo.
Yeah, it's difficult. Pag ganun kadami. I only have to confront 3 people in my team. The ones under me.
Good for you.
But it's difficult kapag natapatan ka ng someone under you na sobrang sakit sa ulo.
Ay, sobra.
It's really difficult. Tapos, ang difficult is that you have the problem child at the same time you have pressure from your problem parents. Problem parents. Management na you're under. Yan yung mga
management,
reporting.
client.
Yung mga tao na naghihintay ng reporting from you.
Mm-mm.
Pag pinagsabay-sabay mo yun as a leader, it's really stressful. Sometimes na maiisip mo na lang, enough pa ba yung sweldo na binibigay niyo sa akin sa lahat ng stress na to?
Actually, hirap talaga. Mahirap siya pagsabayin. And syempre, tao lang din naman, hindi naman tayo perfect. Nagkakamali din tayo sa mga desisyon. And yun, yung mga desisyon na yun minsan, what's unfortunate is kung ano yung mga mali mong desisyon sa kung paano ka mag-manage, yun yung mas naha-highlight. Yung parang mas natatandaan ng tao. Not the accomplishments or
not the good stuff, no?
Not the good stuff. Kumbaga kung i-check nila yung performance ng team mo from way back, hindi yun eh. Ang nakikita is yung sablay.
That's what's always floats.
Yun yung grabe yun. Grabe yung experience ko nun kasi ganun nga, tapatan ka pa ng associate na mas sira ulo pa sa'yo, di ba? Paano pa?
I'm lucky enough to only have one. No, actually, not really. Meron din akong mga ibang hinandle na people na masakit din sa ulo eh. Though, pinaka-importante doon when you manage them is you really get to know them one to know exactly what kind of approach do you need to take on each person since they're not going to be the same each individual.
True. Tatalo kasi dun yung yung judgment mo as a person and also as a team leader, as a manager. Ayun. Especially pag may nagawang mali yung under mo, di ba? So, nandun lumalabas yung, ano ba?
Wala pa naman akong dragon sa sa
Good for
personality ko.
you.
Kaya pag nagagalit ako, pumunta na kasi isang sulok, iiyak na lang ako pag nagalit ako.
Ganyan din naman yung ginagawa ko. Iniiyak ko na lang din siya pag hindi ko na talaga kaya. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, diba? Ewan ko nasabi ko ba sa inyo yun? Yung dumating na ako sa point na pagkasara ko pa lang ng pintuan ng apartment ko, talagang yung luha, alam mo yun, labas ka agad. Kasi parang throughout the day, mong i-hold back lahat ng frustrations mo ng sama ng loob mo. Kaya pagdating mo sa bahay, pagsara mo ka agad, nandun na siya. Sara mo pa lang agad ng pintuan, sumabog na yung luha mo, sobrang stressed mo. Diba? Kasi hindi mo naman mapakita sa trabaho.
You don't really want to show that face to anyone.
No, kasi you have that reputation to uphold, and sadly to say, when people see you cry, some take it as you're too weak.
Medyo pipiliin mo rin yung mga pag-vent out mo. Kung kanino ka mag-vent out, and if it is appropriate time and moment.
Yeah, and not all people na nakakatrabaho mo are friends.
Or would understand you. Right. Okay, we're kind of off topic already. Pero in a way,
sa confrontation kasi naumpisa tong
how you manage the situation for that third scenario. You either do a strategy to manage it or go somewhere else. That's also a strategy. But, so there's only 3 options I could think of. One is yung una, park outside every day for visibility. Number 2 is abalahin mo sila on the inconvenient time of the day to move their vehicles out of your driveway and make it more frequent para mas maramdaman nila. Number 3 is lumipat ka ng bahay where there's no people who's gonna drive you crazy like that. Diba? 3 strategy.
Meron na tayong tatlong approach.
Meron pa ba? I don't think you have that kind of scenario in Finland. Or do you?
Sa Finland kasi, ang culture talaga ng mga tao doon is very private and they respect kasi talaga yung personal space. So, that's really uncommon. Sabi nga, may mga may mga memes nga or jokes sa Finland na yung mga tao sa Finland, they're already doing the, what you call that? Diba during pandemic, we have that social distancing. So they were saying na even before pandemic, it's already existing sa Finland. So,
the social distancing.
Even sa sa bus. Pag pumunta ka sa bus, sumakay ka sa bus, sa atin, di ba, kung ano yung libre na seat. Sa Finland, ang mas pipiliin mo kung alin doon yung walang tao. As much as possible, yung bakante talaga. So, kung dalawahan yan, yung wala talagang nakaupo. Parang yun yung naging priority. Kasi it's uncommon unless sobrang full na yung bus na kailangan mo talagang umupo sa tabi ng other person. Besides someone.
Lipat na
So,
tayo. So ganda yung culture doon.
Ang downside naman nun, you can be neighbor with somebody for years na hindi mo sila kilala at all.
Yeah. That's the downside.
Kasi talaga sila, very private. People may take it negatively, pero essence kasi nun is people just respect other people's privacy. It's out of respect, not out of rudeness or kaya yung ibang tao, medyo natitake nila negatively yung ganong approach.
There sa Finland or here?
Sa Finland. Especially like us, other people na from different countries kasi nga. It's a different culture Sa atin, as Filipinos, we're very open, very friendly sa mga tao. Diba? Kahit hindi mo kilala, fiesta, diba? Sige, punta kayo dito, diba? Parang kain, gano'n.
Kain kayo. Hindi ko kayo kilala. Pero sige.
Kain lang. Shot puno. Charot.
Okay, it's boring. Yung Hindi na ako.
Punta ka pa, friend. That's the culture.
Alright.
Nagchismisan na lang talaga tayo doon. Daming sinabi.
Marami tayo actually cuts pero the essence of doing this is just to enjoy it naman.
And we are enjoying.
We're not being timed. Who's timing?
We're the ones editing din naman.
Who click the mouse?
So yun, ang oily ko na.
Me too. Pag lumapit
Dapat
ako
pala
sa
ganun din ginagawa ko 'no, yung may brush din ako, parang sa'yo pa.
may brush. What do you mean?
Yung sa powder.
I got tired kasi of powdering my face with my hands. Kasi masyado akong pasmado. So,
Okey.
if I put powder on my
Didi
hands, didikit yung powder. So, I would
mm.
likely want to use a brush. It's, you can distribute the powder evenly, but also very tipid because hindi siya didikit sa hands mo.
Oo, totoo naman. True.
Tsaka hindi amoy powder yung kamay mo pag kakain ka.
Very true.
That's why I have a separate brush for just powdering my nose. Dahil I'm a very oily person.
Ako din naman. So, start na tayo. Next one. Okay. So, this is an additional stories natin for today because we've received an email actually from our email address, which is ano ang email address natin?
Hi friend, the podcast at gmail.com. You see
Yes.
one story.
One story. It's not actually asking kung gago ba siya, but it's more of venting. I don't know,
It's not
sharing.
that I cannot answer kung gago o hindi.
Yeah, we'll
But
see because obviously nandito din naman sa email niya.
he knows it.
So, yeah. Should we say the name? I'm not sure.
Don't say the name.
Okay, we're
But for
not gonna say the name.
context,
For context, it's a he.
we received an email. Apparently, the email is coming from somebody I know.
Yeah, somebody you know.
Disclaimer na lang that this is not for the purpose of bringing something back from the past.
Mhm.
But it's more of a way of apology, I guess, is what the context would be on this.
Yeah, it's more of saying sorry actually. So, let's go. Let's check it out. Hi friend. Sana maging isa sa topic niyo yung story ko. College days ko ito. Niloko kasi yung babae na gusto kong makasama habang buhay nung time na yon. Sobrang tanga pa ako nun. Nakipagbalikan kasi sa akin yung girlfriend ko nung high school pa ako habang may girlfriend pa ako nung time na yon. Sobrang bait at napakabuti sa akin ng girlfriend ko na yon nung college. Magkasama kami sa pep squad ng aming school. Dun nga pala kami nagkakilala. Naging kami at tumagal kami. Nakilala na siya ng family ko at gustong-gusto siya. Talagang sobrang hinayang ko nung nawala siya at sobrang pagsisisi ko. Naghiwalay din kami nung girl na ipinalit ko sa kanya. Hindi kami nagtagal. Tapos hinanap ko ulit yung ex ko na niloko ko para mag-sorry sa kanya ng personal. Pinahanap ko din siya sa mga kaibigan ko. Lumipas ang madaming taon, nakita ko siya sa FB. At doon nakahingi na ako sa kanya ng sorry. Hindi man personal, pero sobrang sarap sa pakiramdam ko na nakahingi ako ng tawad sa kanya. Talagang hindi siya nagbago. Napakabait talaga niya. Pinatawad niya ako. Sana mapansin niyo ang story ko. Sorry nga pala ulit. Salamat at tinanggap niyo ang story ko.
There was this something in the end he said, sorry, EI. Yun.
Yeah,
Diba?
I didn't say it because
It's
I
not
know it means something. So,
heavy. I mean,
mm.
in the past kasi, during the college days, since we're on Pep Squad, uso yung song ni Nelly.
Which
Yung,
song?
andale, andale, mami, iya, iya, oo, ganun.
Okay.
So, since it's Iya, and the
Mm.
song, I think the title is EI. So, they'd be
Ah.
calling me EI at the time ng college. So,
Mm.
that's why he said, I'm sorry, EI, in the end.
Mm.
So, yes, that was me. Well, I mean, apparently, I've become a totga of one of my exes. But again, for context, this is not about bringing something in the past. It's more of like the person asking for sorry. And I think it's been many, many years not to take the apology anymore. College days is, you're still young back then.
Mm.
And honestly, at the time, when I broke up with him, I felt like a free bird. I've been singing "I'm Like a Bird" by Nelly. After which,
Oh, okay. It was that toxic ba?
kinda is.
Mm.
Pero it's we were still young. So hindi pa kami mature at the time, I would say. I only use the cheating part
Mm.
as my gateway to get out of that relationship.
I think I remember this one. You told me this one before.
I don't know if he realizes it in the past, but when I broke up with him, I used that cheating as an escape to get
Mm.
out of the relationship because he's at the time, ha, he was still a toxic kind of man.
Mm.
And there were times that he would shout at me in public.
Ah,
So that was it. I don't like being shouted at because, first of all,
mm.
lagi kong dahilan sa sarili ko. Tatay ko nga hindi ako sinisigawan in public eh. Ikaw pa.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
always my perspective, point of view. So, if a guy is doing something to me, like on dahilan, yung tatay ko nga hindi ginagawa sa akin yun, ikaw pa, gagawa sa akin ng ganun.
Mm-mm.
So that has been my trigger for red flags.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good example set by your dad.
Yun lang. Well, I take the apology. No worries.
Mhm.
We're still young back then. It's not like we're firing up another relationship right now since the person is already has his own family na.
Mm-mm.
So he should be happy na right now. It's just that he's saying his apology because he was not able to say it in front of me. I guess
Mm-mm.
is why. Time na we talked in Facebook na nahanap niya ako, it's because he's abroad. So I can't really say it in front of him.
Yeah. True.
But I wasn't holding a grudge or anything.
Yeah.
I moved past along that relationship naman. It did not took me too long to move on, actually. Don't feel bad. Don't feel so bad about it. It's not something I would take to the grave.
Yeah. I think sa kanya, it's different kasi talagang nag-take effort pa siya to, send that and let you know.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm the thought guy. The one that got away. But I would be the thought guy on his story. I also have my own thought guys. And I think everyone has their own thought guys. Depending on their own story.
Tuloy ako napaisip. Meron ba?
Meron ka ba?
I don't know. I don't think I have.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I guess at some point, I thought I did, but then I realized na okay din pala na nangyari yun. Kung ano man yung nangyari in the past, that it didn't work out. So, I don't know. I can't say that I have.
I have. Pero baka may ma-offend. Huwag na lang. I don't know if I should say that story. My thought guy was my first crush.
Bakit ano nangyari? Hindi naging kayo? Crush lang?
I don't remember. Pero oo, lagi kasi kami nag-uusap before. So, we're already at the stage na I prepare a lunchbox for him before he goes to work. Ganyan. Or sometimes, mag-hangout lang kami dito sa bahay or sa bahay nila. Pero kasi I'm that type of person during that time. Sobrang mahihain ako. Yung hindi ko kaya na pupuntahan kita sa bahay niya just so we can talk. Hindi ko kaya at that time na pupuntahan kita sa bahay. Siguro pupuntahan kita just so I can sneak a peek. Pero yung pupuntahan kita para kausapin ka, it's not something na kaya kong gawin. I can't. Kasi nga hindi ako confrontational. But it's not about being confrontation. Really, it's more of like,
nahihiya.
Sobrang nahihiya talaga ako na puntahan siya sa bahay. So we were already at that stage. He's the type of guy na sobrang gustong gusto ko siya. I would marry this guy if I had the chance.
What happened? Ba't hindi natuloy?
So, in elementary pa ulit.
Okay mo talaga magkakalala.
At the time, crush ko pa lang siya nung elementary. Yun yung tipo na, yung sobrang nahihiya ako na pagka pumapasok ko ng school. Yung pag nakikita ko siya, nagme-melt talaga ako. Tapos ang dami ko mga nakakahiyang eksena sa school at the time. Sobrang hiya talaga ako. Ganun. And then, of course, we had to go to high school. We went to different schools. Pero after I graduated high school, after I graduated college na, is the point where we started talking again. Tapos lagi kami magka-text, ganyan. At the time, nagtahanap pa lang din ako ng work. And then siya, may work din siya, pero around this area lang. So, during that time, kasi nagbabanda ako. And most of the time, dun ako nag-hangout sa bahay ng, parang yung apartment ng banda. Lahat kami, puro magkakabandmates, dun kami naka-hangout. Ganun. And then I started getting work sa BPO. So, when I started working, we were still talking, ganyan. And then, bigla na lang, one time, nanakaw yung cellphone ko. So, I was not able to communicate with him from the time na nakawan ako. And at that time, nakatira ako sa apartment namin magbabandmates. And then, I sort of went to just live my life when I started working in the BPO industry. So, hindi ko siya pinuntahan sa kanila para kausapin. Hindi naman siya pumunta din sa bahay para kausapin ako what happened. So, we just drifted apart. Hindi na kami nagkausap. And then, I started getting crushes naman din sa office. I kind of moved on. Ganun lang yung nangyari. More on. And I think he is mad for me not going to his house to try and explain what happened. I don't know, for some reason, sobrang nahihiya talaga ako pumunta sa bahay ng other person.
And it is college na, no? Ay, hindi, nag-work ka na nito eh.
I just started working at that time. And then, yun nga, doon ako nakatira sa apartment ng mga bandmates ko. Tapos, lumipat ako ng Makati afterwards. So, hindi na ako dito nakatira sa house.
Okay.
The communication stopped and that's what happened. Yun lang yun. That's it.
Parang yung
Pero what I heard from other people na nakausap ko, nakakilala niya, is that parang feeling niya ata is nag-hold ako ng grudge and that ginawa ko sa kanya yung ginawa niya sa akin before, which I don't even remember anymore. So yun. That's what happened.
Nakakatawa yung mga problema natin, mga millennials before no? Pag nawala ng cellphone, wala na. Kasi ganyan yung nangyari sa akin. Although yung sa akin naman kasi, boyfriend ko siya nung high school. Sobrang strict ng parents niya. Hindi siya basta-basta pwedeng lumabas para magkita kami. Kasi ganyan din nangyari sa kanya, nawala yung cellphone niya. Kasi so, hindi na kami nakapag-usap hanggang sa, alam mo yun, parang nawala na lang.
Exactly. Hindi, wala pa smartphones nun eh.
Mahirap, 'di ba? Tsaka yata 'yun, nangyari 'yun, parang summer break ba, kalimutan ko, pero wala kaming pasok nun. So, ang tagal nung na hindi kami nag-uusap kasi nga wala siyang cellphone. Tapos ang strict pa ng parents niya, hindi siya pwedeng basta-basta lumabas. Tapos yun, parang yun na lang. Nag-break na kami nun.
Ganun lang din. Ganun din yung nangyari.
'Di ba? Naalala ko tuloy yung ex ko. Siya yung
Parang-
nag-iisa kong ex na friend ko ngayon sa Facebook. Kasi nga, bata pa kami, high school.
Siguro sa mga panahon ngayon, it would be very easy for us to go to the house of people we want to just talk to. Pero nung time kasi na yun, wala pang cellphones. May cellphones, pero lang, analog lang. Wala pang picture-picture. Nung time na yun talaga, hindi ko kaya. Pumunta sa bahay, siguro, parang sasagurin ka or something. Hindi kaya ng personality ko na gumanon. I was hopeful at sana, pumunta siya dito sa bahay to talk. Pero hindi rin naman kasi.
Baka nahiya din siya.
Siguro, I guess.
Mahirap na ngayon. Parang mas marami ng way ngayon para makipag-communicate. Kasi nawala yung cellphone mo, there's still computers,
There's
Facebook.
internet, there's Facebook. You have connections. Pero kasi nung time na yun, wala.
Diba? Yung mga problema natin nun eh. Text lang talaga.
Ayun, that was my thought ka.
In fairness talagang sure na sure ka na pag natuloy yun talaga. Wala akong makonsider na ganun.
May family na siya din ngayon.
Mm-mm.
I don't know how, but yeah, could have been different. Very, very different.
Napaisip tuloy ako. Hindi ko naman masabi na thought gayon, pero meron naman din nung high school, ay elementary pala, crush na crush ko din. And I know na may rin siya, interesado, pero kasi he's 1 year ahead of me. So grade 6 siya, grade 5 ako. So nung graduate siya, wala na siya. Lumipat siya na ibang school.
I thought ko is also 1 year older than me.
Pero yun kasi, nung nag-high school siya, wala na. Kasi yung school namin na pinag-a-attendan ng elementary school lang talaga siya. So nung nakagraduate siya, wala na, hindi ko na alam kung saan siya nag-high school. Siyempre, wala pang mga cellphone nun. Elementary days.
True. Mga problema ng millennial,
Sa atin kasi nag-start yung transition. So,
Nung time na yun, ang hobby ko lang, mag-bike lang around the neighborhood.
Ako din. Actually, bike, nung bata-bata pa. Tapos, nood ng TV, yan. Jackstone.
MTV, ganun. Solo ko pa yung kwarto ko nun. So, nag-MTV lang ako, tapos nag-gigitara. That's it. Sarap. Pero tsaka telebabad. We don't have that. Well, using smartphone, so. Pero I used to do telebabad, gitara, and MTV.
Yeah, those were the days. Telepono
Nung much younger ako, ang laro namin is yung, before kasi merong mga eroded areas dito sa may malapit sa subdivision namin kasi ginagawa yung mga subdivisions, ganyan. Ang laro namin is magpapadulasan kami dun sa soil erosion. Tuwa na
Okay.
kami nun.
Actually, diba?
Galit na galit sa akin yung nanay ko pag umuuwi kasi ang dumi-dumi ng shorts ko.
Kulit. Simple lang ang buhay nung bata-bata.
Yeah, pero we were very physical
Mm.
and really enjoyed childhood without technology. And that's it for today's video.
Pwede na tayo mag-closing.
If you enjoyed hanging out with us, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you won't miss a chance of Ako Ba Yung Gagaw moments. Got your own story? Drop in the comments or send it to us in our email. It's highfriendthepodcast@gmail.com. And we might just read your story in the next episode. So,
Yep.
until next time, stay warm, stay tropical, and as always, bye friends.
Bye, friend.
And that is it.